So I just got back from the Real Rise conference in Vegas this year, and I just wanted to toss around the idea of why Real is the brokerage that really I have chosen to be part of, what I like about it the most, what are some of the things that differentiates it, what are some of the announcements that came out at Rise. At the same time, this is not like a Rise recap video. I'll do that in another video. But firstly, we do have a brand new website called Join Real. So if you go and check that out, joinreal.com. And on there, there's a lot of content that really does a great job about explaining what Real as a brokerage really is. We are, of course, North America wide in America and in Canada. And on this channel, I primarily focus about what Real is, what the experience of being at Real is right in Canada specifically. Now, in that website, though, joinreal.com, you'll see as you scroll down, but near the top, there's about a 10-minute video from the president, Sharon Srivatsa, and he does a great job of really explaining what we are as a culture, what our mindset is. Not so much getting into the nitty gritty about like how do you get a deposit in, but like what defines Real? What are we building? What is the culture within it? So I do think that you should take a look at that. It's definitely well worth the view. Now, another thing that I really appreciate about Real and that makes it so special is that when you join Real, you're actually a part owner. You have part ownership of the company. How so? Well, if you choose to, you can be part of the stock purchase program. Now, you could opt out of it, but once you're in it, you are committed to using a portion of your paycheck, your commission check that you earn, and automatically purchase stocks from it. So if you opt in and before you've capped, it's 5% of your commission check automatically goes in and you buy Real stock. The stock ticker is REAX. And then for doing that, you are gifted an additional 10% bonus on each stock purchase. Then once you've capped, so you've paid into the brokerage that 12K cap, it moves to 10% of your commission. So that's how the stock program works. So now you've committed, well, I'm going to use 10% of my commission, but after that, you're given a bonus of 20% additional stock. So that alone has been insane at how much it's accumulated with me being with the brokerage for just 2 years now and how much the stock has grown. So you can look at any sort of financing website, Yahoo Finance, and just zoom out. Usually it's at like 1 month or 6 months. Look at what it's done in a year. It's really gone up. So being part of the stock purchase program, we're given incentives to be part of it by giving these bonuses, and it really does add up. Now, another thing that makes Real so special, in my opinion, is the team split arrangement and the opportunities and options that it allows. So this might not be for everybody, but if you're considering joining a team or perhaps in the future your goal is, I want to make a team. Well, how does it actually work? So team leaders, they pay that 12K and then they cap just like everybody else. However, if you're on a team, you're a team member, you can elect to not be at the 12K cap. You can be at a 6K cap. And then after that, you'd be keeping all of your commission minus your team split, of course. So why that's so special is because you can bring in a team member, and we all know that the first 2 years in real estate is difficult. It's difficult to get the ball rolling and to get a steady income. But having that first year, and it's not just your first year, it carries on, but having especially that first year where you only have a 6K cap really makes getting into the industry much more doable and palatable, and that individual can start making a living even faster. Now, another really special thing is that if you're part of a family team, so let's say it's a husband and wife, partners, or maybe a father-son, father-daughter, the list can go on, but a family team, and it even would apply to siblings. So 2 brothers, 2 sisters, you can actually have a 12K cap for the entire team. That in itself is huge. The savings right there is massive if this applies to you. Now, another thing that I really like and appreciate about Real so much is the tech that's provided to us to be able to use. It's super impressive and it's innovating so fast, so quickly. They keep rolling out new things. So we, of course, have an app on our phones and it's accessible by our computer. It's not like you have to work on your phone. It's just you can access it and work on your phone. I do most of my work from my laptop, but this app, it's called Reason, is really the portal to everything. So I can get in depth and show it to you. If that's of interest to you, you can just send me a message, DM me, and we can set up a meeting where I can walk you through about how it actually works and the nuts and bolts and how do you have a listing and how do you bring a buyer deal. So it's not something that's daunting, that requires you to be a computer genius. It's made to be very accessible. So even if you consider yourself, I'm not a tech savvy person, maybe this brokerage isn't for me, that's not a reason to rule it out. It's not. It's made to be user friendly so that anybody who can operate a computer can drag a file into the area that needs to go or click upload, and the files will be all uploaded as required. Now, something else that's really cool regarding the tech is Real Wallet. So Real Wallet, it's just rolling out now. It was announced at Real Rise in Vegas, and it's really a portal to show you right now how much stock and how much earnings you have if you're part of RevShare within the app. So you can just click on your wallet and you can see that amount. But in Canada, there's actually tied to that Real Wallet a line of credit that's available to you. And it's not like you have to apply and wait a week. It's available right now. Now, it's not 100% of your revenue. It's based basically on, to a degree, like the longevity you've been with the company and your reputation, your selling power. It does look at your revenue share. It does look at how much you've purchased in stock program, and it's a percentage. So let's say, just round numbers, if you had $25,000 in your wallet, and that's how much, let's just say, just stocks that you've purchased, it's not like you have a line of credit for $25,000. It will be a percentage. But I have seen an example at Rise. They showed an example of someone who had, I believe, around $80,000 in their wallet, and they were able to access $14,000 of line of credit. And it took with under 30 seconds. They clicked the button, and it was released to them. The funds are sent over right then, and that's cash money that you can use. Now, of course, line of credit, there is, fine print and there's interest incurring. However, if you pay it back within 21 days, no interest is incurred. And at Rise, it did say that the interest rate was right at 10%. So it's, of course, not a long-term play for a big investment or a big loan, but if you need some money right now, maybe a cash advance on a paycheck, it can be a solution. And it could be a free solution if you get the money back within 21 days. As far as tech, also Real, right within our Reason app, we have our own digital signing program, which I now solely use. I was a subscriber to DocuSign, a member on my team was a subscriber to Authentisign, so we've seen it all. DocuSign, Authentisign, they're both fine products, but hey, there's yearly fees, and look at how much you're paying. So that can go away. Real Signature is free. Also, we talked to Pritesh at Rise, and he said, you know what? We really don't, we like to push things out and then get feedback on it. So we actually tend to push things out, not when they're 100% done and all polished. We push things out when they're closer to 75, 80%, and then users start using it. They say, hey, this is what should happen. And then that's what brings it up to speed and really creates a finished, polished product. And I've seen that with Real Signature as well. When it came out originally, about a year and a half ago, maybe it was 2 years ago, it was clunky. There were some things that weren't intuitive. At the same time, they've made major leaps and bounds in its development and made it more user-friendly and easier to just hop right in. And it's not like you need to read a tutorial. You should be able to figure it out just by looking at it. And that's Pritesh, that's our chief technology overseer. His whole mindset is you should not need to read a book to use anything. It should be as simple as looking at it and super intuitive so that anybody can just jump right in. Now, another thing that I really appreciate about our brokerage is we do have a lot of training. There are over 30 live webinars and training sessions every single week on any topic that you can really think of, whether it's media creation, hosting open houses, lead gen, how to use your CRM, how to work with Real Signature. Every topic's really covered. And if something is lacking, again, Real's the type of company we can say, I'd really like a topic about this mastermind session. And odds are, if it would be of benefit, then it will be addressed. Now, at Rise, they also announced an AI-driven text bot. Now, when I first heard about this, I'm like, I don't really think that's something I'm really that interested in. I don't like spamming my clients with texts. And when I get a spam text, I just auto delete it. But really, they explain what it is. And the point is it doesn't pretend to be you. It says it's like a concierge working for, let's say, Josh. and it's reaching out to see if there's any houses that it would like to that that individual would like information on, and it'll send them some listings. And if it asks a question like, well, should I get pre-qualified or do I need to get pre-qualified? If a client asks that, it'll give a really good response. And it was brought out that we'll actually be able to tailor it to be able to share with individuals the preferred vendors that we like to recommend as well. So it'll actually be really interesting in that, let's say you have a CRM with several hundred cold, old, outdated leads. You could set this up and it could start going through and messaging these people, and then it'll warm them up. And if there is a lead that raises their hand and actually is indeed ready to go out and start viewing homes, it'll then message you and you can step in. So I really think it's going to be good at warming up those cold, dead leads that perhaps are not going anywhere, but generate something out of those. So it'll be interesting to see how that really works and is implemented. Another piece of tech that we're given is our wealth planning tool. It's pretty neat. Basically, if you're interested, reach out and I can email it to you. But you enter essentially how many deals you do in a year and what your commission structure kind of looks like. And then, are you going to be part of the stock purchase plan? Is that something that you're going to work on? Are you going to do any like attraction or revenue share thing? And you can see what your income and your wealth planning will look like in the future, 2, 3, 5 years from now. And it's really amazing. The stock purchase program itself it's just amazing how much that is and has accumulated. Now, another thing that I really like about being with Real is our managing brokers, the support that we have. We have ways to get a hold of them very quickly. We can contact support if we need, so that's not something that's lacking. So overall, it has been a fantastic fit for me. At the same time, I don't think it's the perfect fit for everybody. There are some people that I think might not really enjoy and appreciate what the brokerage is all about. So if it's under consideration, if it's something that you're kind of pondering, rather than just dive right in, I would suggest having a conversation, perhaps with myself or anyone else that you know that's with Real, and just really dig into it. Talk about your needs. What's your pain points at your current brokerage? What are you looking for in a brokerage? And then it can be determined whether or not it would be a good fit. So if that's of interest, feel free to reach out. My contact information is below. You can see on my website, and we can have a conversation if you're looking for a sponsor or a co-sponsor to get into the company, or even if it would be a good fit at all.